Hello. What's up tonight, everyone? I forgot the time of day for a minute. I got there, though. I figured it out. welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see you. What is up, stuff? And we just had a sub, Tara Farm Gaming. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. How is everyone tonight? Brian Okafor, Stuff, Nikilla, Fungaroo, Psycho Magi, stealing my line, Zelda Zach, of course, Admiral, good to see you, Top Hit, Toll Lab. How is everyone this fine Tuesday evening? I'm excited. This deck is sweet. This deck is super sweet, and I want to see if it actually works. So we're starting off with Pioneer today, playing Proliferate. It's an actual Proliferate deck. It's not something I've ever seen anyone do in Pioneer before. I mean, yes, it's a Hardened Scales deck, but it's a really unique take on Hardened Scales that I'm actually really excited to try out. Sethro Jenkins, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Benthic Biomancer, unfortunately, is not in our colors. It could be cool in this deck, though. Yeah, this deck looks super sweet to me. I'm really excited to try it. Well, thank you, Fungaroo. I tend to be a pretty positive and mostly energetic person. Weird Jojo, welcome. General Chow, good to see you. Elemental mid-range combo deck. Ooh, is this some Thassa Blink shenanigans? Ooh, no Thassas. That looks sweet, though. Tectonic Giant, that is a good addition. Zendikar Royal, I forgot all about that card. That looks super sweet. Oh, I'm working on McIntyre! Welcome to the Fishbowl. The hype train is going. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I'm working on something that people have asked for this weekend. Diamond Smoke, welcome you to the Fishbowl as well. The 30 on 20 article series of, like, cheap casual decks. Working on one for Modern, which is something that people have requested a bunch of times. So hopefully we'll have that done for this weekend. Welcome to the Fishbowl, Diamond Smoke. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. So, tonight, we are starting a Pioneer, looking to proliferate our way past inverters and all these graveyard combo decks and all that stuff. We're shenanigans, proliferation, +1/+1 scouters, hard scales, the first heroic games as a 4-of, so we can rush through it with proliferate. This deck is spicy, and I'm really excited to see if it works. Blue Cheese! I got your name now. For the 25th month, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Yeah, Doom Foretold is a cool deck in Pioneer. It's improved a lot with Theros Beyond us. So, yes, I am playing Gallia for this week's Commander Clash. General Canada, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Did I build this deck or did someone else make it? No, this is a Moto list. I don't remember the player's name. If you look at the deck command, the name is on there. It's a Moto name, but yes, I did not actually build it. The hype rate is still going 25%. Shizer for the 16th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Yo, Old Wolf, how are you? So let's do reminders, talk about this deck, start proliferating in Pioneer. Then we can talk about Commander. I think the Commander conversation that's been going on recently is super interesting. So we talk Commander, we can talk the state of Pioneer, we can talk, I don't know, we talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. And then maybe we can, if we get done with our league, we'll either do another league, or maybe we'll jump over and play some Standard at the end of the stream. We'll figure it out as we go along, but we're having fun tonight. That is number one. Oh, that's a good question. Why is Magic Online called Modo? So it's actually M-O-D-O. And back in the early days of Magic Online, you would only know this if you were a very old timer, so like early 2000s. It was Magic Online Digital Objects. When Magic Online came out, and Wizards does not really get enough credit for this, honestly, but when Magic Online came out, we're looking at like 2002, 2003, sometime in that range. That was before everyone was buying digital items, spending real money on things in digital form. So one of their big battles was Magic Online was actually like convincing people that spending real money equivalent to paper prices at the time for a lot of cards was actually for digital objects that are just a bunch of code somewhere on a server was actually a sane thing to do. So it goes back to that time period. So I think Wizards actually, they don't get much credit, but they were doing Magic Online and charging people, I don't know if you deserve credit for that, but they kind of pioneered in some ways a lot of this digital economy for card games that we're seeing 15, 20 years later with other games. It's very interesting, I think. As much as Moto has had its problems and issues and looks like it's from 2000 still, they were ahead of their time in some ways, which I think is really interesting. Mr. Fickles, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Anyway, let's do our reminders, get those out of the way, start talking about this deck. So first off, replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams, including this one, in the future. Normal YouTube, Airborne Swine, the hype train keeps it going. Welcome to the Fishbowl. First time's up, thank you so much. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Normal YouTube, we played some Mono Red Aggro for Budget Magic. I know, not the spiciest budget deck, but it is one of the more competitive budget decks. So I think it was worth giving a shot to. And as much as I hate to admit this, I complain about aggro, I like drawing cards, but then every dang time I play an aggro deck, I really like it. As much as I hate to admit that that's the case, so I start playing like Embercleaves and Annexes, and it's weirdly addicting. Nerdville there, another first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. So check that out if you haven't seen it, if you want to see some mono red budget style in standard over on the YouTube. And this is also the week where we're going to start getting Tomer content now that he's full time. So crib videos coming up. Tomorrow's Against the Odds. Oh, I forgot to say that. Tomorrow's Against the Odds. Seriously, if you watch One Against the Odds from Theros Beyond Death season, watch this one. I expect we'll probably play some version of the deck on stream because it's one of my favorite decks, and we've played it against odds in a long time. Oh my goodness, does this deck do things? So keep an eye out for that. Our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, and maybe you need some Magic the Gathering cards. You don't have enough already. You can snag them over at cardkingdom.com. They got Theros Beyond Death, a bunch of older sets. You can buy list your cards to them, whatever you need to do. You can even grab a Sweet Scoop Soldier sticker for free. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up with it. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the stream. Otherwise, the Discord is new and improved. You should check that out. Merch page, good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Tokens and t-shirts and all that good stuff. Finally, donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more, get your message read on stream. Johnny Greatheart could be interesting. So let's talk about this deck. We are playing, to start off with tonight, green-white Proliferate. So this is a unique take on Hardened Scales. So we have Hardened Scales. Hardened Scales, you might know what it does. Hardened Scales, if you put a +1/+1 counter on something, you get that much +1 instead. So if you put one counter, you get two counters. This kind of pushes our deck into overdrive. The unique thing about this deck is we're not playing a bunch of like hangerback walkers and creatures that naturally put counters on themselves. We're playing Mana Dorks, Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, and then what we're trying to do is put counters onto our creatures with the help of Vivian and also Nissa. These are planeswalkers that could put counters on our creatures. And then we also get first throwing games that can put counters on our creatures. And then we have these proliferate creatures, Huatli's Raptor and also Pollenbright Druid, that can proliferate the counters. And if we have Hardened Scales, instead of putting an extra counter on everything, they're putting two extra +1/+1 counters. So all of a sudden, our Elvish Mystics are huge, our Llanowar Elves are huge, our Huatli's Raptors are huge. We do have Walking Ballista, that's our one natural counter creature, and I love the sneakiness of this deck. We have Walking Ballista, we have Vivian, Vivian's Ultimate, which only takes one uptick, or we can do right away with the help of Proliferate, allows us to tutor a creature from our sideboard. So we can grab our sneaky Heliod from the sideboard, go infinite damage. We can also tutor up like Lyra against aggro, Knight of Autumn if we have to deal with an artifact or enchantment. So there's some sweet synergy with Vivian's -5 there as well. Also very excited for first heroic games. Not a card I've got to play with much, but it seems sweet, especially if you can proliferate through the counters. Heroic Intervention protects our stuff, and that's basically the deck. Looking to put a bunch of counters on stuff really, really quickly, do shenanigans with planeswalkers, and just go to town by making our creatures big. Sideboard-wise, it's really simple. We have the creature tutor targets that we talked about. We have one more Heroic Intervention, mostly for control to protect our stuff. Then we have 4 Rest in Peace for decks like Inverter of Truth, for Inverter of Truth for the Underworld Breach deck. We have 3 Gideons, which is mostly for control. And then we have 4 Damping Spheres to really stick it to Underworld Breach combo deck. So we're just kind of swapping in one playset of cards, more or less, or 3 copies of card in certain matchups. And that's the deck, that's what we're doing. The Pixel, how are you tonight? Good to see ya. Unbreakable Formation could be interesting, although I don't know. The nice thing about Heroic Intervention is it gives our planeswalkers hexproof as well, so I think that's a bit of upside in like our Hardened Scales. So let's give it a try. Let's give it a try, see if this actually works. Are we sure Rip is good against Inverter? So Rip is good-ish against Inverter. So I think that Graveyard Hate is good against Inverter, but you need to have Graveyard Hate backed by something else. Just Graveyard Hate's not gonna be an Inverter. But Graveyard Hate does make Inverter slow down by like a turn or two. So hopefully a fast clock plus having Graveyard Hate will be enough. Squash the Timbers fan, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Do you think that Damping Sphere should be banned in Pioneer because of the last match? What? No. I think you're joking, right, Bennyman? I think it's a Damping Sphere bad. Why would Damping Sphere be bad? Damping Sphere is like the good guy card. That's the card that allows us to not get comboed off. Damping Sphere punishes people for doing unfair things. I'm a big Damping Sphere fan. I've been playing Damping Sphere even when I shouldn't for a long time in Modern. TGO Jugan, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Whew. All right. We're going to keep this. We could use one more land. We don't have a Mana Dork, but we have turn 1 Hardened Scales, turn 2 Ballista, hopefully turn 3 first Heroic Games, Proliferate, go to town, draw cards, do shenanigans. What do you think about Red Black and Soul? I have not seen Red Black and Soul. Is that an actual archetype? I've seen Blue Red a lot. Hey Seth, I just want to say Marchesa Refuses to Lose Commander deck is the most fun in Mardu I've ever had. Whether it's Glorious End being used to counter a spell, or Sushi Hulk, or using Transcendence, Harmless Offering. Ooh, that sounds yeah, that is that is super sweet, Samurai. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Well, there goes our Hardened Scales. Oh, so, yeah. So the Hardened... No, we're playing Hardened Scales. The Ensoul deck, the Scissors deck, was a very good deck in Pioneer. Was one of the better decks in Pioneer. The problem is, it doesn't actually line up very well with the combo decks in the format, is the big issue right now. So I think that it will get better again in the future when the metagame shifts, but right now it's kind of in a bad place. Can you elaborate on your Hasbro tree? Which one? Robbie Diesel. I would love to elaborate. Hey, Seth, I went 8-7 to 1 by Players Who Are Phoenix. I was a guy playing Gilded Use of Bad Spirits. Oh, congratulations, Uchiha. That's a pretty impressive performance. Winning record. How is this your Elevation Mystic on turn 2? Come on now. Was this your first Pro Tour or Players Tour event? Bone it. Are we getting sent? All right. That's fine. We want to be censored. Did I get the Theros lads? I did. I felt bad and dirty about it, but I did. I feel weird paying for basic lads that come in boosters and paper, but they look good, so I did. I've been playing Boggles in Modern with the new TBD enchantment. Sentinel's Eyes actually seems really good. Sentinel's Eyes is a card that I did not realize how good it would be, honestly. I am sort of surprised by how powerful it has been. Alright, trigger. Make a token. Pass the turn. Bonnet kills the token. Well, this is kind of a nightmare. So we're not going to get any benefit out of this, and our opponent's inverting us. Alright. Sure, that's fine. We didn't want 3+1/+1 counters. Hey Seth, do you think that Cultivator Huali tokens could translate to Pioneer? Ooh, maybe. Let's play Llanowar Elves. Let's play First Heroin Games. Make a token. Photocracks, they're fetch land. Do you think that a deck like this might work in standard green-white sagas? We played like a Abzan Calyx deck with a lot of sagas. It was sweet. I don't know about... I haven't tried the Proliferate plan yet, but that could be a very sweet way of going about it. Up at 4 a.m., Ducky. That's pretty early. So earlier today, I had a, 53 million... 53,258,000. 53,258, 53,257, Hexproof Vigilant, Paradise Druid with Super Meta Health Plague against Simic Flash. Finally won when I drew Cetessan Training. That is spectacular. Alright, counters on token. Oh! Okay, unpunished. We weren't going to draw cards anyway. Did that a little backwards. Hey, what's up, Casey Zod? How are you? Yes. Well, these sagas have been absolutely horrible. I don't know how else to put it other than horrible. Vivian. The only good news is our opponent's basically out of cards. Grow our Elvish Mystic. No attacks. About it. Jace. Sure. Mills us, draws a card. Watery Grave. Untapped. And Thassa's Oracle. Alright, opponent is out of... Opponent's out of cards! We've run him out of cards. I think we need Cure Best of Sea God for lulz. Yeah, Cure Best of Sea Gods is super fun. The Uber Ninja for the 35th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for our new subscriber. I just clicked things in the wrong order. It was that was a pun. It was just clicking things backwards. All right, so we get a gold token, but not much else. We play... Play Hardened Scales. Pollen Bright Druid. Proliferate. Get another gold token. Fight the Jace. Go attacking. Okay, that was a good turn. That was a good turn. Oh, I did proliferate Vivian, right? Did we not? Oh boy, we're gonna get yelled at a lot. Would Evolution Sage work in a deck of this style? The problem with Evolution Sage is we don't have many lands. So it would be pretty inconsistent, I think, just because we do not have many lands in this deck. So that is the issue. Pun Tribal, apparently. Potent takes down Narset. At least we did proliferate our opponent's Jace. Gets an opt, casts an opt. Huh, this is a Planeswalker heavy version. Leaves it on top. And drown in the lock. Opponent out of cards again. Gets in at Vivian. This is fine. We got another one. Ooh, that's sweet. Play Vivian. Number 2. Walking Ballista off of our gold tokens. Doing things with the gold. Comes in with 2 counters. Take up Vivian. Wait, can we win here? I guess I should do math. We get in for 6, so we get in for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We do win here. Okay. Yeah, let's just win. I think winning is better than killing the Narset. No punt here. We're just gonna win. Attack you. Now do 4. Ping. Pig you. ping you. And opponent scoops it up. Oh, all right, proliferate! Through the pods, we did it. Okay. So no more punting. No more punting. We got that out of our system in match 1. But but it worked. And that was actually sweet. So, all right, what was our plan? What was our plan against our opponent's deck? Rest in peace, right? Bring in Rest in Peace. Do you think that Kaya could be really good in Pioneer right now with all the graveyard and exile shenanigans? Yeah, I think Kaya would be fine. I think the challenge is, against some of the graveyard decks, like the Breach decks, I'm not sure that exiling 2 cards a turn is enough to really be that effective. It's something. I think it's good, but I don't think it's game over good. It's just oddly a little slow against Breach decks. What is Tober going to do aside from good old budget commander? Changeling! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Another first time sub. Thank you so much. Big soups here for you. So Tomer is going to be doing a few things each week. Budget commander on a weekly basis. Going to be doing some updating of budget commanders on a weekly basis, I think. He's going to be doing a new series where covers other commander topics. I'm going to let him actually talk about it. But another weekly series. And then also going to be working on improving the commander section of the website, which is, it's weird with standard and modern. You get tournament deck lists. The tournament deck lists go on the metagame page. It kind of works out nicely. Commander's weird because it's not tournament based. So trying to figure out how to improve the commander metagame section where you're finding deck lists, looking through card choices and stuff like that. So gonna be working on that too. Tomer Rants is happening. I think that's gonna be more of a weekly or bi-weekly series rather than more of a monthly or bi-weekly series rather than a weekly series. But it is definitely happening. So I'm very excited for that too. I think that series is going to be sweet. Maybe we trim a first row in games. It felt like the removal was very good at blowing us out. We'll bring in the graveyard hate and maybe a Gideon. Gideon seems decent against... Actually, maybe, Yeah, let's bring in 2 Gideons. Gideon seems pretty good. It can exile planeswalkers, it can attack planeswalkers. Yeah, I think with the rant series, how many good commander rants are there is the question. So I think it's one of those series where when Tomer has a good topic to rant about, he will do one, but will not probably be able to have a good topic every single week. Alright, Vivian to the bottom, I guess. It's a little slow because of our tap lads. Yeah, we got damping spheres for days to hopefully deal with... that would have been good with the untap land. To hopefully deal with the Lotus Breach deck. No Sultai today, Mr. Doldrums. We are playing some nice fair Selesnya. Hey, what's up, Peps? How are you tonight? Bout it. Untap land. And Thought Erasure. Sure. Yeah, Heroic Intervention's interesting. Definitely a good way to fight through removal and sweepers. Hey, what's up, Nathan Wide? How are you? No Elspeth Conquers Death. We're a little too low to the ground, I think, for that. Coral! Handing out the gift subs to SBS Isaacs. Don't Take Naps. Abigator and Brian Okafor. Welcome y'all to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Big soups here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, let's play Elvish Mystic. Let's pretend like we're mana screwed. Play Sun Petal Grove. Pass the turn. Thanks for the gift subs, Coral. Definitely appreciate it. Oh, we're playing some Pioneer at the moment. Opponent Thought Seizes. Our bluff gonna be figured out. Just played against the Jeskai Pilot. Played Glinthorn Buccaneer plus Heliod. Cool combo. Yeah, we did a deck tech about that one. It is definitely an interesting idea. How did the deck work? I'm curious. Yeah, let's play Nissa. Nissa with the mana to pay for Censor. And not enough cards for Drown in the Lock. That seems to get around most of the counters. Make a plant. Yeah. If you want to counter that, that's fine. Play the Lattimer, pass the turn. For budget commander, maybe the hottest from current sets plus most played commanders from EDH Rec would be a nice start to the weekly commander series. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. I think we're dead. It's hot in here, but we're dead. Permanent Union Hexproof. If only this. Yeah, there's no way this could be Word to save us, is there? Well, put a counter on things. Play Hoatli's Raptor. Put more counters on things. And then die to Thassa's Oracle. Well, this is more like I was afraid might happen against our opponent's deck. There's not even any point to attack. Sure, go ahead, opponent. What do you think the best between Bant Spirits and Niftalite? Ugh. Niftalite is in a... Jace, that's lethal. Yeah. Well, that's what Inverter can do. So, Niftalite's kind of in a rough place right now. I would say Bant Spirits is probably better right now. Take on allowing silver border cards at EDH. Oh, man. So, Inverter is the second coming of Copycat, and it is very good. If it wasn't for Yagwell being printed into Pioneer of all things, it would be the clear best deck of the format, I think. Inverter combo. Basically, Inverter exiles your entire library, and then Thassa's Oracle or Jace Wielder of Mystery wins the game. So it's kind of a two-card combo. Silver border cards in Pioneer. I think I would lean towards... I think I would say no in general. I think some of them would be sweet, but I think in general having them legal would not be ideal. Oh, Yagwell is Underworld Breach. It's pretty much. I mean, I guess it's cheaper than Yagwell, so maybe there's a better Yagwell. I actually think it. In the decks that play it, I think it's way better than Yagwell. As crazy as that sounds, because a lot of the combo decks build around it. A lot of the combo decks that are built around it are built around casting the same card again and again, like Thought Scouring yourself or Hidden Stirrings yourself a whole bunch of times. So I feel like in the decks that play it, I think it's actually just, we can't keep this. It doesn't do anything. Oh, no! Well, I guess we're going to 5. That's not where we want to be against Inverter. Do you think Underworld Breach will spike if it can find a home in older formats? I mean, it's already the card that's driving the best deck in Pioneer, so I think it has found homes back to Pioneer at least. Oh, this isn't good. This would be better if we weren't in a matchup where Thoughtseize was a concern. I mean, this is a relatively fast-ish 5-card hand, but if we get Thoughtseized, things can fall apart quickly. Although our opponent is also going to 5. White Lotus for the 19th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Is there any good enchantment removal that is playable against breach decks? I mean, there is enchantment removal. I'm not sure how effective it is at stopping breach decks, though. I think after the breach decks get going, they can do a lot of their comboing at instant speed. So I don't know if actually killing breach is a great way to try to stop it. Hey, what's up, White Lotus? How are you? I don't know how much the price will go up immediately, just because the supply is pretty high. Opponent, untap. There's the Thoughtseize. Ugh. Takes Rest in Peace. That was a card we wanted. Well, awkward to the max. Yeah, Hardened Scales, get in for one. Oh, greatly punished by the magic gods. Boom. Hit ya. 15. What are you going to do, opponent? Opponent. Thought Erasure. Alright, gonna keep stripping the cards from our hand. Bear Snake for the second month. I grant you the favor of the gods. You're the best set. Well, thank you, Bear Snake, and welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. Well, this is kind of a disappointing way for this matchup to go. 5-card hands are not great against Thoughtseize Tribal. Who would have guessed that starting on 5 cards is a disadvantage? Bone it. Alright, so we draw some nothing. We'll get in with Llanowar Elves. So we have Hardened Scales for years, but we have no way to put a counter on things, and our opponent could win the game starting this turn cycle, and there's not anything we can do since we got Thoughtseize into Oblivion. I feel like our opponent just aggressively mulliganed for their combo, taking advantage of the good old London mulligans. Opponent mills us. That means they should have the win in hand. We draw nothing. Well, alright. Ugh, brutal. I guess we'll play Llanowar Elves. Well, no, the reason I'm saying it's over is because our opponent has a 2-card combo that they can win the game with this turn, presumably. What are we getting punted for? I'm very confused. Jeez, our opponent's milling our good cards. Well, apparently they don't have their combo pieces. Milled our Nissa and our Gideon. We have the slowest clock in history. There's no way this works. Well, Vivian, would you like to counter it, opponent? I'm sure you would. Opponent does. Round and lock. Pass the turn. Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you? And the current metas are a point to playing anything but Inverter. I think Inverter, Lotus Breach combo, and maybe the Sultai Delirium deck are the 3 decks that are somewhat playable. Opponent. Inverter, and that's the game. Alright, well, our deck did cool things, but it is not a 2-card instant win combo deck, and we mulled a 5. Well, Inverter number 1 did not go the way we hoped, but I'm sure we'll play it another 2 or 3 times. And Raptor added 1 extra power compared to the Elf. I don't think that would be anywhere near killing Jace. Latest rough drafts was great. You seem like you've played a lot of Theros drafts before. Any thoughts on the format? I like the Aura decks. I think Aura-based decks of all colors have been the decks I've had the most success with. I also have had some success with Blue Mill. I think that Blue Mill it's not a deck you can draft all the time, but I think it's one of the sweetest decks you can draft if you get some of the pieces for it. Hey Seth, I noticed when you're sideboarding, you tend to take a variety of different cards instead of taking out all copies of certain cards. Not an expert, but wouldn't that be the later make more mass sense? I might be missing something. It mostly depends. Birds. So if you have cards that are bad in the matchup, then you obviously just take them out. But if you don't have any cards that are just clearly bad in the matchup, then sometimes just trimming, you reduce consistency, but you add your good sideboard cards to the deck. So if you don't have anything that you obviously don't want in the matchup, take those out first and just swap it. But if you don't have cards that are just bad, then sometimes you have to do the trimming technique. Alright, we'll try this. No mana dork, but gonna take all the turns, eh? I don't think Takali Otter Guard and Hushbreaker are actually effective ways to beat Inverter, because Inverter plays so many removal spells that can kill them, and and they just sit out on the battlefield. So I don't think that they're actually. I don't think they're actually cards that are effective in the matchup. Boy, ugh, that is the second time in 2 matches we've drawn the turn 2 Llanowar, which is a little bit disappointing. We will play a Walking Bliss to pass the turn. This looks like the Swedish Sultai deck. I think Hushwing Griff, if you want to go the direction of trying to stifle the enter the battlefield triggers, Hushwing Griff gives you the best chance. I still don't think it's not a guaranteed way to beat the deck, because it still dies to some removal, but it's harder to kill with Fatal Push. And you can flash it in. So if you can get your opponent to like tap out for their combo and flash it in, then there is a reasonable chance that you can just get your opponent with it. All right, little tight on lands. We'll get in with Walking Bliss to hit our opponent. And I think we actually just have to play. All right, let's just play another. Let's play another Ballista. Keep killing ourselves with this Mana Confluence. Ugh, boy, this Llanowar Elves is absolutely mocking us. Opponent going to Abrupt Decay. Well, we'll ping you. Pass the turn. I wonder how often Seth randomly finds himself playing against his own decks. It does happen sometimes. Hey, welcome, Trader Hotrick. How are you today? Good to have you. All right, we need to draw. Man, one of these days we're going to have a Llanowar on turn 1, and our deck's going to feel like an entirely different deck. It's going to be so sweet. Instead of on turn 2. Hey, what's up, Cat Dreaming? I saw a weird infinite mana combo. Opponent eats, grows. With Quarter Mana, 2 Flicker of Fate, Scholar of Ages, Nyx Lotus, and 5 White Devotion. Wow. That is a definitely interesting combo for sure. Wait. Corridor Monitor, 2 Flicker of Fates, Scholar of Ages. Oh, so you're repeatedly flickering the Scholar of Ages? Scholar of Ages is a good card to add shenanigans to games. It's a card I used to like to play with Blood Forebodes a lot. Alright. I guess we play Pollen Bright Druid. Not a big fan of where we're at, though, honestly. We got off to a really slow mana start. Opponent. Swift End. Well, we'll ping ya. Counter on Pollen Bright Druid. Pass the turn. I mean, we have Planeswalkers that are going to come down eventually, but it's pretty slow. What's your opinion on the situation in Standard? I mean, Standard. It's not Oko Broko, so I think that means it's doing better than usual. I mean, it's Standard. You got like 4 or 5 decks that are playable-ish, and then a bunch of other decks that are not really competitive, but you can play for fun. So, yeah, I mean, that's how Standard is most of the time, so I think it's about normal. How would you feel if, when go back to New Phyrexia, we got Infect, thus putting in Pioneer? Not a big fan of the Infect mechanic, honestly. Opponent, Uro. Yes, start was a bit on the slow side. Another land for our opponent, down to 2 cards, but plays it untapped. We draw Hardened Scales. We'll play Hardened Scales. Play... we're very close to just being dead, unfortunately. That is the issue here. Let's play first Heroin Games. Make a 1/1. This Mana Confluence has been very painful. I think we've taken like 5 damage or more off of this Mana Confluence. Alright, get a 1/1. And I guess we just have to... All right, we'll get in. I guess we'll get in for 2 and then chump block with a token? Maybe we just need to. Maybe this is one of those decks where you just have to London Mole for a mana dork. I think we're going to start doing that in previous games. I think maybe that is the way to play this deck. Just take advantage of the mulligan rule. There's a Knight of Autumn in the sideboard. Boy. All right, opponent has more removal. And we're not are we literally dead? We are literally dead. All right, sure. Well, now we're literally dead in multiple ways. All right, so I think we gotta abuse the mulligan rule, and just mulligan until we hit a mana dork, and then go from there. So we'll bring in, I guess, Rest in Peace. Seems decent against what our opponent's doing. Go up the Rest in Pieces. Go down maybe Pollen Bright Druids and run it like that. I just want to make some grindy magic. I love Weird Absent Reanimator token deck from before War of the Spark. Grindy magic is definitely fun. I'm thinking of trying Woe Strider, Kaya's Ghost Form, and Renegade Rallier and Pioneer 3-card Infinite Scry combo. That sounds sweet. Maybe throw a Blood Artist effect in there to win the game. Lyra? I don't know if Lyra is actually very good against our opponent's deck. They have so much removal that can kill it. They're not especially aggressive. I think Lyra's kind of meh. If you had to build 2 commander decks right now, what would they be? Ruminate wanted to play against each other. Disclaimer, can't use Yarok. Oh, man. Geez. If I put me on the spot. I really like the Perforos deck I've been messing around with on Commander Clash. That deck's sweet. Perforos is a card that I was kind of meh on as a commander, but it's actually been way sweeter than I thought. So maybe Perforos, and then I still want to build an Aetherios deck. New Aetherios. E1PC. Wait, what are we talking about? I'm not sure what those abbreviations mean. Hey, what's up, Zyre? How are you tonight? I'm doing pretty well. Wow. Outdrawing blue with Tectonic Giant. That's pretty impressive. Oh, Experimental 1 Pelt Collector. Yeah, you could definitely build just like a... Well, we got a Mana Dork. Do we keep this? We straight up lose to Fatal. We can't keep it. Oh, we even have the Rest in Peace? Alright, well, I guess we keep this. We put Vivian to the bottom. Ugh. Well, so far I feel like our deck has not been done justice by the Magic Gods. Any plans on doing more Heliod combo Modern after doing a company? Seems pretty strong combo. Could have to play it in more decks. Perhaps try in Martyr Proc or some sort of Jeskai deck. Could try some more Helioding. Opponent going to Thoughtseize. Although I think it's by far the strongest with Spike Feeder. I don't think the Ballista combo is actually good in Modern. I think it's a fine like backup combo that you sometimes rarely do, but I don't think it's actually fast enough to be I don't know if it's actually fast enough to be the centerpiece of a Modern deck, honestly. Well, playing the land past the turn. Righteous Fury for the 3rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Can we draw a land for this Vivian? No. Says the survey. Well, we'll play a Walking Ballista. I'm sure it'll get Fatal pushed, but we'll get in for 1. Hit ya. Down to 15 past the turn. My internet's been cutting out. How does this deck work? Has it been working out? We haven't got to play many matches with it yet, and we've been on kind of the wrong side of the variance stick in most of them, just with mulligans and such. So we'll see. I'm hopeful that it's actually sweet, but we haven't really got to see it fully powered yet, just because of the variance of Magic the Gathering. Get in, hit our opponent. Do you feel like Thoughtseize has been too good in Pioneer? I mean, it's probably the best card in Pioneer, but I also think that it's one of the only ways to protect yourself against the unfair combo decks. So if we're going to keep having unfair... If we're gonna keep having unfair combo decks slash cards in the format, I think that Thoughtseize is a necessary evil, more or less. It's annoying when you get got by it, but if it wasn't for Thoughtseize, I think the meta would just be 100% degenerate combo decks. Evolution Sage, we just don't have enough lands. We're not a land heavy enough deck to actually make it work. Well, now we're back down to nothing. Sylvan Advocate. Boom. Elvish Mystic. We can't even make enough land drops to play a Vivian, no matter how hard we try. If you could make any non-legendary creature your commander, what would you choose? Ooh. That's a really good question. Yeah, there's always a chance for some modern action. Opponents got an Uro. They're down to 5, but we just can't do anything. Boy, this has been, so far these two matches have been brutal. I'm tempted to just, like, restart the league. But maybe that's going a bit too deep. About it. Has a Nissa. That's a powerful planeswalker. Memnite would be funny for the memes. About it. Gidson. Hits us for a billion. Yeah, I guess I just... What can we draw? I guess we could draw another Walking Ballista and 1, 2, 3, 4. And we still don't win, do we? Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Build it. Siege Rider would be sweet. Rest in peace would have been good a year ago. And... So this flashes back everything. There's not enough lands in the deck for Evolution Sage to do anything. Evolution Sage really needs you to be playing... kind of like Growth Spiral, Ebrial Grazer amount of lands, I think, for it to really be effective. But it's not really a card you could just play in a, like, 22 land deck or something and really get much value out of, unfortunately. There's not enough land drops to be hit. Well, I guess we won't, I mean, this is over, but Vivian, put counters on that Llanowar, make it big, and die. I mean, I think that the number of lands is fine. I think that we've just had a couple of very rough hands. Opponent. Karaxa is such a good CDH commander, gracing for infinite mana to win the game from your command zone. Well, yeah, I didn't think of that. If you make infinite mana, you can just win, can't you? All right. Yep. So now Uro comes back, and we will scoop it up. Well, let's persist on, and worst case, we will end up dropping and restarting and giving the deck a better shot. So far, I feel like the deck feels close to being powerful, but I feel like so far it's mostly just been rough variants. And maybe it's that we just need to either mulligan more or less aggressively. Could the Graphland be good in this? The Graphland is not in Pioneer. If it was legal, it would probably be worth considering. All right, we get to play first. Let's just get a good hand for once. All right, this is actually a fairly functional hand, which is something we have not gotten much so far. Braille! We have a new donation, $10 donation. Hey, Seth, what do you think about Bant enchantments in Pioneer? I will play a list of mine in a small tournament here in Germany in April. I think enchantments are pretty underrated, especially with TBD. It has potential. Enchantress is something I really want to try more in Pioneer. I think Setessan Champion is really good. Elspeth Conquers Death has potential. Some of the other enchantments from THB. So I'm actually like that's an archetype that I really want to experience more. So I think there's potential there. I feel like you don't have enough creatures. Experiment 1 Pelt Collector seem crucial. We're not really trying to. I think that what you're describing is a fine plan, but I feel like it's I feel like it's a different deck. Like, I feel like Mono Green Stompy is a deck that you could definitely build and it would be fine. But I feel like that's a very different deck than what we're playing or trying to do. All right, first a rolling game. So we're actually making some progress. Let's see. Looks like we're up against control now. First round games have been miserable. Probably needs to be cut. I mean, we've played it one other time, and it was in a matchup where our opponent just had a ton of removal. I'm expecting that it's probably going to be pretty absurd right here. We'll see. Maybe it'll still be bad, but my expectation is it's going to be pretty awesome here. Potent. Castle Vandrus. All right, so we will put counters on our soldier. Play the forest. Play... How do we want to do this? Censor is a card. Alright, play... Yeah, let's play our own Censor. Play Huatli's Raptor. Proliferate. Grow the soldier. Draw some cards. Alright, land. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Alright, opponent has Azorius Charm. Yeah. Well, play Llanowar Elves. This would be a matchup where drawing Heroic Intervention would be pretty sweet. I'm surprised you're going to play an Enchantress deck after going up against the one with the Gitrog deck. Half the deck locked out with board as Fear Safeties. Yeah, it does seem like a sweet deck. Ugh, wow. Alright, well, our land troubles are over. I will give our deck credit for that. We have plenty of lands. Go to combat. Attack. Unfortunately, we're probably going to get our board wrathed and just be too slow to recover. Well, so far this hasn't been as good as I hoped. Do you think a standard Selesnya Centaur enchantment deck would be built around Nyx Herald would be good? I think you could build a fun casual deck around Nyx Herald, but I'm not sure that Nyx Herald, I think it's a good limited card, but it's not really the kind of card that strikes me as being constructed playable, I would say. Now let's play Walking Ballista. How do we do this? 2 soldiers. We can Ballista X2. A sweeper is still a thing. Alright, play Ballista X2. So Walking Ballista, X2. Play Nissa. Counters on the team. Kill the soldier. Kill the soldier. Hit Nissa. Hit our opponent. Alright. I mean, that's not bad. Pass the turn. I feel like we have to get rid of... the Elspeth. If that sits out after a Wrath, we're in pretty tough shape. Hey Seth, I made a sacrifice and steel aggro deck for standard, got to platinum. Ooh. Let me take a look, Spoofler. Rakdos napkins. Oh, that looks fun. Alright, opponent. Catches an Elspeth. Land. And passes. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, it does its time to settle the wreckage. That deck looks fun. That seems like it should be very good against creature decks. Be able to steal your opponent's stuff and sacrifice it. Super, super sweet. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we try to play around settle? How much damage can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? So we can put our opponent to 1? Play Mana Confluence. Go to combat. Get in with... I think we just get in with Wally's Raptor. Opponent. Down to 9. Play the land. I mean, we have this heroic intervention, so we beat a normal Wrath. I feel like as long as we play around Settle the Wreckage, we should have this game, almost for sure. And this lets us either double pump Ballista or pump plus heroic intervention. I mean, we should just have the game outside of worrying about Settle the Wreckage. We should just have the game. Opponent cracks Fabled Passage. Gets a land. And what you got about it? Tap land. To vary, sure. Oh, this is definitely game. Oh, yeah, this is game and a half. Okay, easy. Easy, easy. No Grateful Apparition. We have Whatley's Raptor and Pollenbright Druid as our proliferators. Put a counter on Ballista. I mean, this went pretty well, this game. This is more like what we're imagining our deck doing. Tap, 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 counter a Ballista. Opponent doesn't have Settle the Wreckage mana. We have Heroic Intervention, and that should do it. Grateful Apparition, I think it's like a thrumming bird, I believe. You have to, yeah, opponent scoops it up. Yeah, that went well. You have to deal combat damage, I believe, to proliferate. So we want Gideons. We want the heroic intervention. What are we cutting is the question. The first Iroan games was good, that game. Like, that was pretty excellent. But wouldn't have been significantly better with decent 1-drops. No? I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I think that playing Pel Collectors and Experiment ones, I think that that's fine. I don't know how... I think it makes it harder to play the top-end stuff. I think it's just a different deck, basically. Yeah, we could take out some Vivians. Although the combo is a sweet option. And Vivian does add a lot of counters. And Planeswalkers are good against control. Alright, we'll trim Vivians. Let's try it like that. Yeah, Rishkar is sweet with Ballista too. Rishkar is, I mean, anything you put extra counters on, Ballista is very powerful. Alright. Well, thankfully we're against control, so we can afford to Mana confluence ourselves to death. I don't know about these mana confluences. These mana confluences have been sketchy. We have been killing ourselves quickly. Oh, let it go. 19. Can we survive our own? Wow, I didn't crack Fabled Passage. Interesting. That is not the choice I was expecting. Cracks. What is? All right. Look a bit blurry. Well, let's Nissa. Play Nissa. I'll have to check the blurriness at some point. Make a plant. Pass the turn. And we're in pretty good shape. We got our Planeswalker down. What do you think about Klothys as a commander? I think it's a fine commander. Tomer played it on Commander Clash, and it was pretty interesting. Hardened Scales. Yeah, let's just grow the dorks. Beat you down. Hit ya. Down to 15 past the turn. Hey, what's up, Sigori Bu? How are you? About it. Cycles. A sensor. Hey, Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive. How do you feel about them not letting Frank publish data anymore? I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of what Wizards does and has always done, unfortunately. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why Wizards is so anti-data. It kind of blows my mind. Hey, what's up, How are you tonight? Welcome. Yeah, it kind of blows my mind that they are so anti-data, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Augmentable? Welcome. About it. Well, maybe controls are good matchup. Opponent plays it to Fairy. Okay. Bounces the token. Sure. Land. So we need to kill Teferi. Ouch. Alright, well, play First Druid Games. Make a dork. This does potentially leave us open to a Wrath. Make a plant. Hit Teferi. Well, we'll see. It's possible we should have held on to First Heroic Games. Can't wait for Ikora. I hope it'll be really innovative. Oh, I'm hoping it will be as well. Opponent, Hollowed Vow tapped. And passing. Okay. Counters on the token. Now we're where we want to be, for sure. Play Hardened Scales number 2. Play Pollen Bright Druid. Go proliferating. We're doing our thing. About it. Okay, sabotages, sure. So opponents remaining alive-ish. Tick down. Actually, are they remaining alive? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, just kidding. Boy, Hard Scales is ridiculous when you have it out. Okay, you're dead. All right. Well, I guess that's what our deck can do. Good God. When you just have Hard Scales out, things go really well, really quickly. I guess you just assume your opponent's always dead. Hey Seth, the Rakdos Reanimator standard deck from last year worked really well in Theros standard with 2 FNMs. Ooh, awesome recall. That's super sweet. Yeah, that deck's fun. I can understand Wizards not wanting to give pros all their data, but prohibiting the pros from sharing their own data with average players doesn't stop the format from being self, just limits the who knows the answers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Wizards just shuts down data, period. So that is kind of the hard part. Um, like they shut down people from gathering their own data and publishing it, or ask people to stop doing that. I haven't had any trouble updating Magic Rita. I did it earlier today, and it seemed to work. Yeah, I don't. The argument that it helps with diversity is silly to me. I don't think that's how it works. Like, more data doesn't make the metagame solve quicker. The metagame gets solved quicker because you print cards like Oko. Like that's the bottom line. Like you could have zero data and you print an Oko and everyone's gonna play Oko because it's historically busted. So I think solved metagames goes back to design, not to data. Nesmith for the 38th month. When are you going to do the subs together to play Dota? Get the subs together to play Dota, or LoL, I guess, as a special stream event. Oh, 38 months. I have never played Dota. Not a single game of Dota, or LoL, for that matter. Uh, yeah, should I? Is it worth playing? Yeah, it's kind of weird comparing it to like Hearthstone because they actually like embrace the data, and even a lot of other games even like partner with the outside websites and whatever that do the data stuff. So Wizards goes exactly the opposite direction. But if people can't discuss or prove the existence of the self meta, it will be as if it doesn't exist. I guess that's the idea. You can't know that the metagame's broken if you can't see the data. Dota 2 is great, but not noob friendly. Yeah. How's the deck running so far? I would say our running hasn't been optimal, but the deck has done some very powerful things. There are a lot of thought seizes these days. It seems like it puts a lot of power in the hands of existing pros with teams that can afford to have someone like Frank Carson parse the data that's still out there but not published. Yeah, I don't know how much the data is out there. Ugh, opponent mills an Uro. I think that's another reasonable question is like how much of the data is actually out there. I'm not sure that it actually is, honestly. Like Channel Fireball has to have it from GPs, but according to Channel Fireball, they don't share it with their pro team or anything. Oh, did our opponent do this? No, they got an overgrown team. All right, opponent gets it and hits us. I thought they might have got the Satyr Wayfinder whiff. Hits us, down to 19. Overgrown team, tapped, passes. Well, actually, let's Temple Garden. Untapped. Play Vivian. Start throwing some counters around. Is Reflector Mage a good replacement for Brazen Borrower in Spirits? Yeah, it's probably, if you got a substitute, that's probably the direction to go. I think it's worse, but I think it's fine. If you need to make a substitution, that's probably a good way to go about it. Hey, what's up, Archburglar Lord? How are you? Do I like turtles? I do like turtles. I had a pet turtle one time this was a long time ago that I named it probably the worst turtle name, or maybe the best. I don't know, Shelly. Looking back on it, Shelly is probably like the name that everyone gives to their random pet turtle, but all right, we'll play Nissa. We'll play Mana Confluence. We'll opponent's gonna be getting back an Uro. What do we do about this? I kind of feel like we want to try to ultimate this Nissa. Pollen Bright Druid. We've played against Sultai twice. This deck also seems pretty popular. I know that's isn't it? Like looking back on it, I don't think I would name a turtle Shelly again because that is just like the most boring stereotypical turtle name that you could possibly give to a turtle. Like, it doesn't get worse than that. Like, that is as bad as it gets. Hey, welcome back, Admiral. I like the turtle, though. Turtles are sweet. Not a fan of snakes. Snakes, I mean, I'm not, like, phobic of snakes, but I don't really like snakes. I know some people that have, like, pet snakes. I could not do the pet snake. Alright, opponent's gonna go try to draw some cards. Kessel Gerenbrig gets a clue. And can we draw something good? Opponent passes. No. I'm going to combat. Do some attacking. Hit our opponent, maybe? Wow, gonna block with the tracker. Okay. Cracks. Island. More clues. Tracker dies. Make a plant. Alright, Nissa, please ultimate and refill our hand. Please. Opponent. Cracks. Draws. Tireless Tracker is very powerful. What do you got, opponent? Alright, so Uro is coming. Cards will be drawn. Life will be gained. Well, that's unfortunate. If this Nissa dies before he ultimate, it's pretty bad. There's Uro. Boy, Uro is so... Uro is a broken card. So strong. My jaw-dropping reaction from when I first saw it has proven to... proven to be about right for how good it is. Opponent. I mean, what's a good name for a turtle? Like, if you're going to give a turtle a better name, what would it be? Mega Plant. Play Watley's Raptor. Proliferate. If our opponent draws a removal spell for Nissa, I'm going to be disappointed, and we will be punished for taking a somewhat greedy line of trying to keep Nissa around. Well, we'll see. We will see. Shredder. Mr. Turtle. About it. Cracks a clue. Untaps. Gets some draws. I mean... Courser, okay. Combat. Gonna draw a Satyr Wayfinder. Attacking Nissa. Sure. Jace on top. Land into play. Well, we will block with a plant. Opponent's all the way back up to 15. Oh, come on. Satyr Wayfinder. Mill some cards. Oh, are we going to actually get the ultimate? It seems like it's... we're close. Okay, land. Cracks. Oh, Forest. Gains a bunch of life. If this ends with another Murderous Rider after all this, I'm going to be so, so sad. Huh, alright, so we get to Ultimate Nissa. Draw 5, gain 5. Play... Oh, that's a Nissan top? Huh. Okay. How do we get out of it? What do we do now? Name the turtle T.S. Eliot. Nissa's ultimate draws and gains equal to the number of lands we control. Hey, what's up, Eladin? Welcome. Yeah, it is a little bit similar to Sphinx's Revelation, isn't it? So our opponent's going to have a ton of mana. Now, let's play Scavenging Ooze. Temple Garden. First a row in games. Pass the turn. Opponent draws a Nissa. How do we actually win from here, though, is the question. That's a big question. So I put together a list for Shadowboard Apostle Nightmare Shepherd. Ew, let me take a look, Archburglar Lord. Opponent, combat. Gonna draw the Brain Maggot. Gets in it, Nissa. Yeah. Yeah, let's just token block. Maybe our opponent will mill out. That definitely looks super spicy, Archburglar Lord. I mean, when you pull off the combo, it should be pretty spectacular. It's hard to get a sense of how consistent it'll be, but it definitely seems sweet when it goes off. Opponent, Nissa. Opponent already has all the mana in the world. Untaps a Blooming Marsh. Brain Maggot. Uh-huh. Down to one card in hand. Takes a Nissa. Alright. Eat Seder Wayfinder. Eat Tireless Tracker. Untap. Land. Counters on. Let's go Watley's Raptor. Vigilance is kind of sweet. Make a plant. Go to combat. Attack Nissa. Opponent blocks. Sure. Mystic. Llanowar Elves. Go. Alright. Alright. Let's see what happens. What a weird, grindy, long game, but it's kind of working. A little bit. Maybe. Do we have a best doggo in this deck? No doggos, unfortunately. What doggo would we have in green-white? Opponent, cast the Grizzly Salvage. Does not get much. Gets an Uro, I guess. Sure. Another Nissa on top. Oh, Mawu. Yeah, I forgot about Mawu. You're right, we could play Mawu in this deck, technically. Yeah, I guess eventually we will find a Vivian and a Walking Ballista and a Heliod. At least potentially. Opponent, combat. Attacks. Draws a card. Opponent milling out also does not seem impossible. want to risk losing our ooze? Yeah, let's just token block again and wait. This might be too conservative, but yeah. Oh no. 1, 2. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's not good. That's probably how we lose. Untaps a land. Opponent passes. Well, that's an Emrakul on top of the deck. What can we possibly do about that? Eat, 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 eat. Opponent has so much mana. Eat. Untap. We need a big draw. That's not a big draw. 2 more. Heroic Intervention. No, we don't have any way to make him shuffle. Well, that might be the card we just can't beat. Well, cash in Nissa. Wow, those are not good draws at all. We got to draw 3 cards that turn, and they were all basically horrible. Well, everything at Nissa. But this Emrakul Emrakul does what Emrakul does. Sponge Sage, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. Opponent has way more than 13 mana, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Opponent has like 20 mana. So there's not really any amount of exiling that will save us here. Because this Nissa is a busted magic card, so it's doubling all of our opponent's mana. What are your thoughts on mill to hate on a self-mill deck similar to budget mono blue, but with Fraying Sanity and Jace? I mean, I think mill could be good against self-mill decks. I'm not sure. The question is, are there enough good mill cards in the Pioneer format, I think, is the question. Well, alright. So we hit stuff. Stuff dies. But we are going to lose our board. And there's an Emrakul. Yeah. Well, Emrakul's a good magic card. Yeah, pass the turn. Ugh. Well, that's a bummer. Glimpse of the Unthinkable would probably be fine in Pioneer, I would say. About it. Gonna do Emrakul things. Yup. So I think this means we lose our entire board. Ugh. And there's still a Nissa. Yeah, Nissa's really good. Hey, what's up, Plasmatic Panic? How are you? There's the Emrakul. Well, I guess we'll eat stuff. But we can't get this big enough to survive an Emrakul. There's not enough creatures in the graveyard. Yeah, alright, sure. Well, we did what we could. But it was not enough. So opponent has an Emrakul. They have our next turn. They play a land off the top. They're at 25. Well, I don't know about this deck, unfortunately. I really tried to make a Fraying Sanity Traumatized deck work, and it was really, really, really rough. I really wanted to make it work, and I just could not get to a point where it could even win a little bit. Unfortunately, Heroic Intervention only gives our stuff hexproof. It would be more powerful if it gave us hexproof as well, but it doesn't. Opponent, another Uru. Ugh. Wow. We end up one power away from being able to save our Scavenging Ooze, but opponent. Questing Beast. Yeah. I think we're going to concede. Yeah. So if our opponent takes our turn, our whole board dies. Opponent loses nothing of note. Yeah. All right. Sure. Well, that's Emrakul for you. Teferi's Protection. That might be a little too good for Pioneer. Although, in a world where we have so many powerful combo decks, maybe it's perfectly fine for Pioneer. Definitely bring in Rest in Peace. That seems like our best card. I guess we'll trim Pollenbright Druid. I really want this deck to be sweet. The idea is so sweet, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like if our opponent didn't have Emrakul, I think we win that game. I think we could have went toe-to-toe with what we had going on the battlefield with our opponent's deck outside of Emrakul. In this week's Commander Clash game, can you crash Moto again? I'll do my best. Moto, you never know when it'll crash. Well, all right. This is kind of land heavy, but we got a curve. Hardened Scales, Ballista. I'm sure it's going to be like Thought Seizes, and then we draw lands, and it doesn't work, but gotta give it a try. Hardened Scales go. I don't think we can ship it. Next viewer submitted Commander Clash. There will be one. I do not know exactly when it'll be yet, though. At some point. We're wrapping up Theros Beyond Death stuff, moving out of that. So I would expect in the next few weeks. But I don't know an exact date yet. Well, Walking Ballista. You. Opponent has Fatal Push. Rest in Peace would probably be our best draw. Well, Pena, down to 18. Opponent, Blooming Marsh and Satyr Wayfinder. Hits not an Uro, but a land. Well, play the land. Play Nissa. Make a plant. Pass the turn. I feel like maybe we need to draw more cards. This deck feels... It feels like it has power, but it feels a little bit just all in on what it's doing. And when we play against these, like, heavy disruptive decks and not combo decks... Alright, opponent has Abrupt Decay. That it is more difficult for a deck to keep up with it. Well, play a Vivian. Counters on the plant. And pass the turn. Long day at work, I guess. I meant to say, when do we get to start seeing my favorite commander player? Wait, who's your favorite commander player, Bolus? Opponent. Thinking. Maybe. It would be sweet. We're a lot of mana away from doing it all at once. We will see. We might be able to, though. Opponent takes up on the plant. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Passes. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, I think we just play a ballista. Vivian. Add counters to things. Attack Liliana. Kill Liliana. All right. We got the chance. We got a chance for it. We got a chance for the sneaky kill. Speaking of Tomer, when do we get to see Tom again on Commander Clash? Ooh, I do not know the answer for that. I haven't talked to Tom recently. I'm sure there will be another Tom episode at some point, but I'm not sure how much Commander he's doing. All right, opponent. Tap out, please. Over on Doom untapped. Okay. Okay, we get the sneaky sideboard kill. All right. This is a way we can win. Opponent passes. The sideboard Heliod combo. Well, we will tutor from outside the game. Yes, please. It'll be Heliod for sure. We will play Heliod from the sideboard. Sneaky, sneaky. Lifelink up our Walking Ballista. And looks like game to me. Ping you. Trigger. Bag up Ballista. Oh, we got him. Ping ya. Down to 15. Down to 14. Down to 13. And that's how we are. Oh, and we're actually making our Ballista bigger. Up to 8 power because we have the hard scales going. That's a sweet kill from the sideboard. I do not think our opponent expected that. Hit our opponent down to 11. Down to 10. Down to 9. Down to 8. Actually, I guess this is quicker, honestly. Just to, like, kill the board and attack is faster than... This is less clicks than going in our opponent's face. Because this Ballista's huge. Kill it. Kill it. Combat. Attack you. Hit ya. That's a big Ballista. And that's a combo from the sideboard. And... that's what the deck can do. That is the sneakiness of the deck. Whew, that was good. That was good. That was good. Whew, double infinite. Infinitely big Ballista, infinite life, infinite damage, infinite everything, basically. The deck has some power. The deck has some power when it comes together. Oh, Pioneer just a 2-card combo format. That's not untrue at the moment. Hey, I'm doing well, French Fry. How are you? Yeah, Vivian to get the one Heliod from the sideboard. None in the main deck, but Vivian can tutor it out in the right situation. And that was the right situation. I don't miss Jacob the slightest. I get that people liked him, but he always made the joking into genuine conflict like it was the later part of Vince's season. Yeah, Jake can be a little salty sometimes, for sure. Oh, salty Jake. Ooh. Later, first heroine games. This hand is kind of sweet unless we get thought seized. Hey, thank you, Wesley Penrose, for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do we keep this? Ugh. What do you think, chat? Vote, vote. Welcome, raiders. Hello. We're pioneering a little bit. What's up, Bearman? Good to see ya. Keep or no keep? Keep or no keep? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Ship it. Ship it. Keep it. Uh-oh. I'm in on it. Ship it. Keep it. Ship it. You were not very helpful, chat. It's like exactly split. Keep, keep, keep. It works. It's good. Snap malt. No, keep, keep. My instinct is to keep it because this technically draws us cards, but I think the right thing to do is mulligan. I think we were rewarded for our mulligan, I would say. Alright. That goes to the bottom. No Thoughtseize! Let us play Rest in Peace one time. Thoughtseize. No Rest in Peace. Ugh. One of these days, we're going to resolve a sideboard card, and it's going to be so good. Today's not that day, but one of these days it's going to happen. Mark my words. Mark my words. It will happen. I don't think we've cast a sideboard card once in any of these matchups. Let's go. What are your thoughts on viewer-submitted decks of everything that makes Tover salty or rads? That could be funny. Opponent, ballistas, pings. Well, Sun Petal Grove. Ballista. Boy, I would have loved that Rest in Peace. Oh, it would have been so good. It would have made me so happy. Yeah, I guess Heliod kind of counts. Sort of. I'll play Temple Garden. Tapped. Ballista. Again. Ballista Tribal. Get in, hit our opponent. Cracks. Swamp. Pass the turn. What was that vote a new future? Opponent gets a land. Not a great Grizzly salvage. No, we can occasionally do random voting, things like that. I don't think it's a new future. Oh, having an actual poll. Yeah, that is something that we haven't really had before. Oh. Huh. Our opponent played their land untapped, though. Oh, I wish I... Why did they play their land untapped? I have not actually played Mana Strike, although I've heard it's sweet. Nissa, take it down. Opponent has Fatal Push. We'll ping ya. Get in. Hit ya. All right, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Uro. Oh, I want this Rest in Peace so bad. Opponent goes to 15. Tap land. Please, no Thoughtseize. Oh, we're going to get it down. It's going to happen. And a land. All right, play the land. Take up Nissa. We're kind of doing it. Make a plant. Oh, Rest in Peace is coming. Rest in Peace is coming. Take that, Uro. Play with your graveyard, will you, Pioneer opponent? Okay. Okay, we're doing it. About it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their hand was, honestly. I think this should be good, though. This should be very impressive for our deck. Opponents maybe got another Fatal Push? Thinking about this hand. Hey, Theodoti. All right, we will play it safe in case there's a Spell Pierce. Boom. Rest your peace, opponent. Boom. Graveyard God. Get Hwat in here with some Hwatly Raptor action. Proliferate. Go to combat. Hit ya. No more Uros. Opponent down to 12. Board looking pretty close to lethal. And this is where we want to be. Opponent. What do you got? Better be good. Better be good, and it better not use the graveyard. Fatal Push. That's pretty good. You know, ping ya. Ping ya. Ping ya. Opponent's deck should struggle with this. I currently only play EDH in person standard on Arena. Is Pioneer worth getting into Moto for? I have very much enjoyed Pioneer, although the current state of the meta is Ooh, that's unfortunate. Wow. That is the perfect card our opponent wanted with us drawing this Rest in Peace. We're going to lose to Questing Beast. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We're going to lose. Oh, man, we played the sideboard card and we're still going to lose. Oh. Is this Nissa? Come on now. There's like 2 cards in our opponent's deck that don't care about the graveyard, and it's those 2. Well, that was a good game. Opponent hits us for $1 million. We draw Llanowar. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is pretty unfortunate. Hey, see, Admiral, before we move on to the next thing, a reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the stream. Yeah, so far so bad. I mean, wow. I still feel like we have gotten really wrecked by variants. Pioneer is a little bit like Modern in the sense where you can play a deck and go 1-4 and then play the same deck and go 4-1 in the very next league. So I do think that the deck is better than the record is giving it credit for now. Like, if you look at the deck we were playing against, I actually might pull up the deck list real quick just to see. Here's another example. We've had a lot of this going on. We've had a lot of games where we've not had Llanowar Elves and drawn it on turn 1, where it's bad. We've had a bunch of no land hands, and if you look at the Sultai deck, just to take a look, I just want to take a look at it. If you look at the Sultai deck, they had a Questing Beast somewhere, but their deck is pretty much stuff that is graveyards. There's like 2 Nissas. Apparently this build is playing a Questing Beast somewhere. But we saw the Emeralds, Ishkana, Oro, locked down by the graveyard, Scavenging was locked down by the graveyard, Wayfinder locked down by the graveyard, Jace locked down by the graveyard. So, opponent just had the right cards in hand. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it, really. That's just Magic. Blooming Marsh for our opponent. Passes. Well, play a land. Play a Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. Opponent has a Fatal Push. I mean, really, the Delirium deck is pretty dependent on the graveyard. Our opponent's specific hand was, fortunately for them, not dependent on the graveyard, but if you just look through the list of cards in the deck, it's basically, it is pretty dependent on the graveyard. Any idea why Swan Song isn't played in Pioneer? Swan Song is good if you're stopping a game-winning combo, pretty much. But outside of stopping a game-winning combo, you're giving your opponent a 2-2, which isn't ideal. Hard to play in creature decks because it stops you from being able to kill your combo opponent. So, and also it doesn't hit creatures, so it doesn't actually stop. A decent chunk of the combos that are in Pioneer, like Inverter combo, for example. So opponent's going to have an Uro next turn? Good lord. Well, alright, maybe this deck is just horrible. That's the other possibility. Did you see Gitrog Monster is legal in Historic now? Ooh, I didn't see that. When did Gitrog Monster become legal in Historic? Opponent. Oh, sweet mother. Alright. Okay, sure. Sure, this is fine. This is perfectly acceptable. Pass the turn. Yeah, this deck, it seems like such a sweet idea, but it might just be that it's very underpowered for what's going on in the metagame currently. Did you come across any good white aggro decks for Pioneer yet? Come on, Magic Gods! Dogabeth, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. The two of Nissa seems to always be in the hand of these Delirium players, I will say. Yeah. Well, we'll put some counters on the soldier. Unfortunately, this is not enough to kill the Nissa, which is bad news. What do we do? So we can play Vivian. Nissa goes to 1, but lives. And then Vivian dies. We can Vivian fight the land, but then Nissa lives. Yeah. I don't know if killing the land does much, though. Opponent's got 1 in hand, and they're getting Uro. So I'm not sure that killing the land does a whole lot. It still, I guess, might be our best bet. Oh, I wish we could kill the Nissa. That would be ideal. Well, play Vivian. Dogamith handed out some gift subs to Wojo, Saga Dominion, Cafe Lattes. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Well, yeah, I guess we'll kill it. And then pass the turn to make it hard for our opponent to kill the Vivian. Harder. Yeah, there isn't really a good option there. That is a truism. Opponent, Uro, draws a card. Well, they've already used half of their fatal pushes, so hopefully they don't draw another one. That would be disappointing. So here comes the Uro. Hey Seth, always watching YouTube, but first time catching a stream. So grateful for your content, lots of fun. Please keep doing this forever as long as Magic is interesting. Probably forever. Well, Lancey, thank you so much for the kind words and welcome to the stream. Awesome to have you, and thank you for watching on YouTube too. Had to skip out at Modern Night to my LGS for some homework. At least I get to watch some of my favorite streamer tonight. Oh well, D-Pixel. Good luck with the homework. And there'll be another Modern Night. That's the nice thing about Modern and Magic is there's always another one. Opponent, gonna untap the land. Jace. Opponent passes. Now we get to draw a couple cards. Now what? Ballista? Yeah. Ballista's leaving the Nissa out, though. And then we're going to lose... Huh. Is there still really no way to get rid of this Nissa? And Nissa is just a OP Magic card. I mean, we gotta deal with the Nissa somehow. That's kind of what the game is about at the moment. Like, if we can't ever deal with Nissa, that's pretty bad. Yeah, Ballista can kill Jace, but then we lose Vivian. We don't really do anything else meaningful. We could, like... Ugh. Getting out Nissa would also have some value. to start making plants? Bolas did nothing wrong! Thank you for continuing the gift sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Oh, I don't think we scoop. There's gotta be a way we can do something. Huh. So this can go up to 7 power if we proliferate. Well. Oh, but then, Then there's still this Uro. Let's Walking Ballista. Pollen Bright Druid. Proliferate. Proliferate everything. Get a gold. Counters. Kill the Jace. Pass the turn. And Nissa lives again. I go Ballista X1, put 2 counters on it with Ballista, then Proliferate. Yeah, I think that's the best way to handle that turn. Haven't caught many streams, but I love the content except for when you beat Tomer on Commander Clash. Well, Bolas, yeah. I mean, sometimes Tomer needs a beating every once in a while. We're recording another Commander Clash in a couple days. Always fun. Thank you for swinging by, Bolas. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I don't know if it'll be enough. Opponent does not turn on a land. Goes to combat. Attacks with Uro. Draws a card. 27. Wow, no land. Alright, well, we will block. Thought Seizes. Yeah, that's a good card. I think you should raffle auction off a seat on Commander Clash episode for charity. I'd bid on that. Ooh, that could be a fun thing to do. That's actually a pretty cool idea for a special episode sometime. About it. Yeah, Strips or Nissa. Courser of Grufix. Land on top. Okay. Land. Untapped. More lands on top. I mean, we're growing some big creatures-ish. Trying to. To deal with Tober's Rug, there's not really any deal with it other than he was getting a rug delivery during Commander Clash randomly. That's a weird thing to have being delivered. I think. I don't know if I've ever had a rug delivery. But but he was getting it delivered during Commander Clash, so it just kind of became a running joke because of that. Yeah, Vivian can hit it, but not for enough at the moment to kill it. We'll see what our opponent does here. 2 cards in hand. Lots of mana thanks to Nissa. Traverse, with enough card types. Yeah. Yeah, this deck is very graveyard dependent. I don't know. The argument that this deck actually doesn't rely on the graveyard. I don't know. It seems like 80% of their deck is graveyard dependent. Oh, double Vivian does kill Nissa. That's true. But I'm not sure we can proceed to win the game if we. Alright, opponent gets an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, this is familiar. This is how we lost last time we played this matchup. Exactly like this. Untaps a land. Opponent passes. So we draw nothing. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if we don't kill the Nissa, Emrakul comes this turn. Yeah, Uro is a really strong magic card. How can we get out of this? I feel like our only realistic way of winning is to combo, to get the Heliod from our sideboard. But if our opponent Emrakuls us, that's not going to happen. But if we have to spend this Vivian, it's also not going to happen. Is there any way we can do this? We only get to play one spell. And we're at 15. That's the other issue. So we're kind of just dying to the battlefield, too? Ugh, this is so incredibly bad. Yeah, fighting is, play Vivian. Counters on Ballista. Opponent has Abrupt Decay on top now. Ugh. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Alright. Well, we're dead on just a whole bunch of levels. We've tried. Boy, this deck does not actually seem like it is very competitive, unfortunately. Such a sweet idea, but boy, just not actually powerful enough to keep up with a lot of what's going on in Pioneer. Do you have any big red standard decks brewed up? I'm brewing one, but I want to see if my card choices are similar to others. Ooh, I don't know if I haven't really played a big red deck. I'm curious what you're working on, though, Fatty Matty. Opponent. Combat. Get some with Uro. Draws a card. Have we beat any of the tier decks in Pioneer? I don't feel like, have we even been close to beating any of the tier decks in Pioneer? It does not feel like we have been. Have you thought about coming out to Reno at the last minute? It's just such a long and time-consuming trip that I do not think I will be in Reno, unfortunately. Yeah, sure. Block, hit that. But we know there's an Abrupt Decay in hand for sure. Night Veil Predator has been really strong in Standard this expansion. Ooh, I haven't played much Night Veil Predators recently. About it. Another Uro. Yep. Draws a card. Hey, see you, Psycho Magi. See you Thursday. I got my updated list for my Mardu Knights charges for standard. Ooh, that's cool, Mr. Paladin. What's your list look like? Hey, what's up, Sir Elks? How are you? Opponent. Satyr Wayfinder. Yup. Overgrown Tomb, Tapland. Opponent's just going to be casting this Emrakul here. More lands. Even more lands. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we get Emrakul next turn. Yeah, I guess that's just game again. Well, kill a land. Trying to hold off the Emrakul somehow. First Heroic Games. Mega 1/1. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack. Pass the turn. Put it. Land. Untapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent should be 1 mana short from Emrakuling, though. Am I miscounting? Oh, opponent's miscounting. All right. We're trying. We're fighting the good fight. Our opponent just gets to draw so many cards and generate so much value, and we generate 1/1s, which 1/1s could do cool things too. What do you think of this list? I run 4 Elspeth, said she's very powerful, especially with the +1 ability. Ooh, let me take a look. Boat it. Attacks, kills Vivian. Ugh, yeah, this is... Sure, draws a card. Black-White Angels. Opponent hits us. I mean, that looks fun. Angel Tribal is a cool idea of a deck. You have some powerful creatures. And another Uro. Have some powerful creatures, and yeah, this is just so over. All right. Hey. Well, I don't know. We got one more game to go, but I have to say, I have not been impressed. I really wanted this deck to be sweet, but it has been the opposite of sweet. It has been whatever the opposite of that, sour, I guess. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Against the odds, brought back abuse. Ooh, let me see, Bilbo. Who brought back with tokens. That's kind of an interesting take on brought back. We played the Kiora Best to See God brought back deck that was really sweet. I have not tied it in a token shell like that. We're still trying, Caesar. We're not giving up. Yeah, the kids are definitely starving tonight. Huh. Yeah, the deck just feels like the power level's low. Well, alright. We have a Hardened Scales. Also, boy. It's a weird deck. I don't know. Yixev, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for our new subscriber. Do you know about the favor flail of a Rowan Games and Arena athlete? I do not. What is a favor flail? Or fail, rather. All right, get in for one. Little awkward that we don't have that many. This deck is just weird. We have hard scales, but we got no counters, so it doesn't do anything. Vote it. Land. Thoughtseize. Sure. Ooh, one commander with Bludgeon Brawl. That is awesome, Spikes Cafe. That's super sweet. Bludgeon Brawl is definitely a tricky card to win with. Opponent takes Watley's Raptor. And passes. We draw. More hardened scales. If only we had something that put counters on things, we might do something. Arena Athlete has 2 power and cannot win the Iroan games, I would assume. Ooh. That is a favorite flail. Opponent, gonna draw some cards, make some land drops. Well, no land drop. Draw some cards. And passes. Come on, something to do with tokens. Well, let's... I mean, that kind of is. I guess we got to go X1. As horribly painful as that is, because X1 lets us leave up this heroic intervention. I think this deck suffers from more of a consistency game plan and advantage problem, not exactly a power level problem. I mean, that could be true. Consistency is definitely a bit of an issue. Satyr Wayfinder. But also, like, what cards do we have that are just, like... I mean, I guess... We don't have very many just, like, powerful in a vacuum cards. I guess we've played against... We've played against a lot of, like, Uros and so forth. So we've played in a lot of Nissas. So we've been playing against a lot of just, like... My cards are just really strong in a vacuum effects. So I think maybe that's why it maybe feels a little bit underpowered compared to the rest of the format. Jeez, so close to winning this turn. Opponent goes to 6, which is a virtual 1. There's just not enough lands in the deck for Evolution Sage. About it. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Draws a Fatal Push. Wow, we were so close. Ping, 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 ping. To 1. Uro. Mana Confluence has been pretty painful for us. Come on, one more Ballista. Or land. Okay. Go to Gobbat. Get it. Well, that was close. Not quite. The Satyr Wayfinder on jump blocks. Enough to save the day for our opponent. Pass the turn. Will Thassa's Oracle get a ban hammer? We'll see. Nothing's getting banned yet, but the decks that are playable in Pioneer at the moment are Sultai Midrange, Inverter, and Oracle Breach, I think. I think those... I mean, playable is a strong way to put it, but those are the top 3 decks by a pretty big margin. And I think we've played those decks... We played Blue-White Control once. That was a one matchup we won, actually. Was one of the lower tier decks. Oh, we were so close. I would think that Inverter would be more likely. If the target is Dimir Inverter. Nissa. Well, Nissa's cute. It's just slow. Boom, make some big Llanowar elves. Wow, we were so close to winning this game. Oh, we were so incredibly close, but Uro just snowballs the advantage here. Smothering Tithe is definitely a fun card. Pound it. Flip it, the Jays. Yeah, now they can Fatal Push. Oh, alright, sure. Well, ha. Ha 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 ha. Well, I'm not sure what to say about that deck. Obviously it didn't go well. We played against the big three. We didn't beat it a single time. Huh. The plan of the deck had me excited when I saw it on paper, but playing the deck, it felt pretty clunky, honestly. That's my impression of it. It doesn't feel like it is actually competitive with the top decks in the meta, and it is a weird idea. We had a lot of games where we had hardened scales, but no counters. We had just some weird anti synergies. Hands that are full of Hot Wheelies Raptors and nothing to proliferate. So while I really like the idea of this deck, in practice, yeah, it probably might need some more work. So I do think the ability to use Vivian to snag Heliod for the combo from the sideboard is sweet, but huh, yikes, 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 yikes. Hmm. Yeah, we had the nothing to proliferate problem a lot, and because we're playing not many things that actually just put counters on themselves, we also had some like hardened scales with nothing to do with it stuff. Have you seen the sweet Mardu Oxomancer deck that 5-0'd? Not sure if I have actually. Alright, so, well, let's, I guess we can, jump over and play a couple games of Standard. Might as well. I don't think we're gonna do another league with that one, and I don't think we have enough time to do a whole nother league anyway, so we might as well play a little Standard. I play Elves since the beginning of Pioneer. They are stone cold unplayable in the current meta. Yeah, I feel like. Oh, boy, another patch. Interesting. I just did this like a couple hours ago before the stream, but well, okay. I guess we're gonna do some more of this. Yeah, so the current Pioneer meta, I think the big challenge is a lot of decks that were playable are not really playable anymore because of the combo decks. Like Mono Black Aggro, it's number 2 on the metagame page, but that's mostly just uh, legacy results in the sense that the results from before the metagame shifted. I don't think it's actually a playable deck. Same is true of like Is It in Soul? Big Red is definitely not a very good option. But the decks that vampires have also taken a hit. So I think the decks that are you should expect to play a lot, Inverter and Lotus Breach, I think are the two big ones. And then also Sultai Delirium. Those are kind of the big three of the format. And then you still will run into like blue white control. You'll still find some players playing mono black, but those decks have definitely taken a big hit. I think Bant Spirits is probably also on the list somewhere, but but yeah, so that's what Pioneer is pretty much looking like at the moment. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if there's any changes. Is blue white dead? I wouldn't say that blue white's dead. I think that blue white, it's a control deck. It should be able to build itself in a way to hopefully compete with combo decks. Like you would think it would be able to. So I think that blue white, if it's built properly, probably has a chance to be competitive. Although, how are we doing, Arena? Oh dear. Wow. Why is it updating? That's so weird because I just did this. I think Bant Spirits is an interesting potential foil to some of the top decks. I don't think it has a favorable matchup, but I think it has, based on the data, like a relatively close ish matchup with a lot of the top decks. Mono red and mono white are two weird ones that seem like they should be good, but then they put up horrible numbers at the last pro tour. And when you say playable, like you can even see like the league results. just because like a deck is poorly positioned right now doesn't mean you won't ever win with it. You can definitely play Isn't in Soul and hit the right matchups, or Niv to Light, another deck that's gotten much worse trying to fight all the combo decks. So you still can win with those decks. Wow, that's an interesting take on a Pioneer deck. It's kind of like the Modern Humans deck. Huh. It's kind of sweet. We get matchup data for, wait, where's a, oh, wait, Arena. I think it's doing things. Haha, Arena. All the matchups and matches for Pro Tours are released. So because they release all the deck lists and all the matchups, you can just put it all together. So that's the one place you can get matchup data. Oh boy. Oh, this is probably why I had to update it again. They added some more store stuff. that is a very arena thing to do. Okay. So wait, what's my daily deal? A Shadow Spear, 80% off. Take my gems, please. No, man. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups cheer for our new subscriber. Maybe we try the Green Devotion deck again. The Green Devotion deck seemed like it could do cool things sometimes. Yeah, daily updates would be annoying. This was a deck we were working on last time. It's definitely still very rough, but we did win some games with it. We do a little more devotioning. I still want to at some point try the. I still want to at some point try the like Crossus Nissa build, but. But those cards are a little boring. You got Vivians everywhere. All right, we'll keep this. This is fine. But if you were looking at just the data, you were looking at the 1% best players, probably in the metagame for everyone. It's a bit less punishing with no tier 1 decks. Yeah, I mean, that's true. You can't really account for. Yeah, the Casualties deck is pretty sweet. You can't really account for player skill. But in theory, player skill being equal, I think, is probably the easiest way to think of those type of data and results. Yeah, no Troll Kings at the moment. This is a deck we just kind of built on stream yesterday, and it is definitely very, very, very rough around the edges. Opponent gets in, hits us, no blocks. But it also felt like you could do cool things at some point. So let's play a Vivian.
With the arc bow at my side.
Put some counters on Incubation Druid. All right. Getting close to making mana. Getting close to playing Great Henge. Getting close to showing Mono Red what is up. Opponent gets in. Everything at Viv's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is fine. That is fine. We will play Castle Garabrig. We will play Great Hedge. We will make our opponent very sad. We'll play a Paradise Druid. We'll gain some life. We'll put a counter on it. Start drawing cards. Yes, that's a Beast Whisper. That's what we wanted to see. All right, opponent. The man is coming. Better get that cleave going. Opponent attacks. Actually, let's just block Fervent Champion. Cleave us, opponent. Cleave away. Yeah, there's a cleave. Alright, we could still die. We'll see what we draw. We need another creature, I think. If we draw another creature, we can do some things with bees. Oh, no. Not like that deck. Alright, play a land. Garenbrig. Beast Whisper. Draw a card. Creature, please. Creature, any creature. Ugh. Alright. Sure. Oh, the whiff! The whiff and fizzle! Yeah, this is a mono green devotion deck we were working on yesterday. About it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in a pretty rough spot. We really needed a creature to start drawing 2 off of all of our creatures. About it, combat, attacks. Yeah. Close. Close, close. About it. Yeah. Bone crushes. Down to 8. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. We need some creatures. Light up the stage. Land and Scourge Spitter. Land. Alright. Well, that was a little unfortunate. Oh boy, we had the draw we wanted, but it didn't actually come together. Ay. Well, we can bring in Petitioners, we can bring in Lovestruck Bees, we can go down some of our janky top end stuff. Oh, so close. So close. Almost awesome. Alright. Trim. Alright, run it like that. Got it out for the night. Hope the magic gods start treating you better. Hey, have a good night, D Pixel Day. Hopefully see you Thursday. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty janky. I think the most competitive way to build it probably involves Nisses and Hydroid Crosses, but we were trying to avoid playing Nisses and Hydroid Crosses. Well, if we can get down to Great Henge. Wow, that last one's a little sad because we fizzled. Have a feeling this deck loses to the good decks. Very likely. It is super janky. It's a deck that we built live on stream in about 15 minutes because people wanted to see Green Devotion, so losing to good decks sounds about like what I would expect. I'll play a Yorvo. Land for our opponent. Bone Crusher. Alright. Well, opponent had all the removals. Gets in. Well, land in Beast Whisper. Pass the turn. How do you choose decks for instant deck techs? Is there a vote, or are they just decks that interest you? They are just decks from around the internet. Yeah, basically stuff that catches my eye for the most part. But yeah, there's not a vote for what decks get made into deck techs. But after decks or deck techs, there's kind of a vote for... which ones end up being on Mucha Brew. What do you think about Esper, Self-Mill, or Mono Blue in Standard? Could be interesting. Well, keep playing things. Keep playing things. I expect we just get cleaved to death, though. Those are... Oh, God. Alright, so opponent had lots of removal this... That's not how Growth Chamber Guardians are supposed to work. Oh, let me see, Mr. Paladin. About it. Combat. Attacks. Steals our Beast Whisper. Lovely. Sure. We got Embercleave. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. They can Castle Embrith, and then we're too far behind. Opponent somehow has more lands than we do, and we're the mono-green Devotion deck, and they're mono-red aggro. Is it silly to have Divine Visitation? To have a Divine Visitation deck and have the token generator be Biogenic Ooze? I mean, I guess it's fine. Yeah, we're down to 2, and I don't think there's a card that saves us here. Light up the stage. Mono Red is a very legit deck. Ooh, the Knights deck looks fun. I haven't cast many Knights charges, but it's definitely a spicy card. Opponent. Steamkin's powerful. Petitioner doesn't do it. Well, that did not go well. Divine Visitation is definitely a super fun card. Ugh. Mono Green Devotion. Well, alright, let's try it again. Give it another shot. Do you realize Farseek didn't work with mine in the last Modern video? Yes, the YouTube comments made sure to clarify that. Sort of a interesting non-bow. So Farseek is just getting lands, but can't actually get the mine untapped. Seems like kind of a questionable choice, I think. Why not Hydra and eat the Steamkin when it was a 1-1 and the opponent was tapped out? Well, the thinking is that... The thinking is that it should be difficult for Mono Red to kill a 4/4. And then we get to play Great Henge, and then we get to kill everything and draw cards and gain life and proceed to win. So I think I would take the same line, most likely. Because Mono Red is just not a deck that should be able to kill a 4/4 with any amount of consistency. Like, sometimes they just happen to have their ideal, you know, the ideal, like, 2 or 3 removal spells in hand and they can do it. But in general, I think that is the highest upside line. Infinite Mana Glory deck. If they have a shotgun at, I'm going to be a little disappointed. They top deck the land, they go attacking, no blocks. Rime Rock Knight, sure. Alright, so Yorvo's going to live, which means we get Great Henge down, which means... Well, I think it's going to live. Alright, hits our face, sure. Well, unfortunately, opponent, that's not going to be enough. Great Henge, Incubation Druid, gain some life, put a counter on it, and this is what we were planning on doing last game. This was idea, but they had the double removal spells. Let me check out the Infinite Mana Glory deck. Opponent gets in, no blocks. Oh, that's definitely a spicy combo. When it all comes together, it seems like it should do some pretty spicy things. How much mana do we have? 1, 2. Oh, if we had Nyx Lotus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're a little short of... Alright, let's just Incubation Druid. Draw a card. Nylea. And opponent. That's what we wanted to do. That's definitely a sweet idea, Bennymon. I have never seen that combo. When it comes together, it seems like it should be absolutely spectacular. Well, Petitioner Zid, Lovestruck Beast Zid, Brontodon Zid, Mammoth, Forerunners out, Nylea out, Vivian's out, Finale's out, and Yorvo, and maybe 1 Incubation Druid. Try it like that. Interestingly, Mono Red went from beating tokens weenies easily to beating big creatures with Bone Crusher Lava Coil. Yeah, Chain Whirler was definitely a very good card to fight against weenie decks for sure. Although Mono Red still does not have an easy time dealing with creatures that are... It still normally takes that main deck multiple removal spells to deal with something that's 3 toughness, I think. They might have Lava Coils in the sideboard. Opponent gets it. Fervent Champion hits us. Yeah. Passes. Oh, that's not bad news. Play land. Pass the turn. We might get to see some Nyx Lotus in action with Beast Whisper, which would be pretty sweet. Bone crushes our face. Land. And Annex. Hits and hits us. Well, Voracious Hydra, I guess. Kill Fervent Champion. Oh, we'll see. Is it going to be fast enough? There's no Cure in the deck. Cure was a card that I initially put in the deck, and then chat was not a fan of having Cure in the deck, so we ended up cutting Kiora. Although, I still think that it could be worth considering for the deck. Down to 13. And there's old Rhymerock Knight. I'll play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nyx Lotus would be so sweet. Do we take the chance and just run out Nyx Lotus? Ugh. So if we play Nyx Lotus, next turn should be really sweet. But will there be a next turn? We could also just, like, Beast Whisper, but that doesn't do much. So if we play Nyx Lotus, next turn we can play this for free. This will tap for 3, 4, 5 into Incubation Druid, into Petitioner. All right, let's go for it. I mean, if we get Embercleave to death, we get Embercleave to death. That is a risk you take. There's the land. Okay, we could also get Torbrand. 6, 12. All right, yeah. That also can put us to death. Sure. Well, that's a Torbrand. Well, we were gonna die to that anyway. In all honesty, I don't think there was any way that we were gonna get out from under that. Oh, mono red. Lots of mono red running around. Oh, I don't actually have a deck list link for this deck. I'll have to try to get one. This is just a Green Devotion deck that we built on stream. Well, Lovestruck Beast. Opponent, Mountain. Fervent Champion. Sure. Land in Incubation Druid. Yeah, get him for 1. Hit ya. Mono Red's pretty strong at the moment. Come on now. Double Fervent Champion is even stronger. Can't block. Yeah. Well, play a Forest. Play a Beast Whisper. No attacks. Land for opponent. Attacks. Gets a bunch of triggers. Well, we will block a Scourge Spitter. Embercleave. So opponent's playing a pretty expensive build of this deck, aren't they? And yeah, I guess. Yeah, that looks like death to me, unfortunately. Embercleaves and Torbrands. Well, someone asked about Big Red. I think this is about as big as we have seen red in Standard. Lovestruck Beast, draw a card. Land, unfortunately. Setessid Petitioner, draw a card. Great Henge. That could be fine if we keep living. We will see past the turn. Opponent. Land. We're back up to 13. That's something. The green-white deck did not go very well, unfortunately. Felt a little bit clunky, a little rough around the edges. Opponent's gonna move over the Embercleave. Attack with everything, sort of. Okay. take a million. Hopefully they're not holding a handful of pump spells. Alright. They are holding some pump spells. We're to 3. There's Rhyme Rock Knight. Oh, really? Oh! This is, I think, one of my concerns for Mono Green is the fizzle potential is pretty high, and it can be frustrating. Like, having Hydroid Crosses and cards like that to refuel seems like it would be very beneficial. Like some sort of mass card draw. Wife just cast 1,000 Year Storm with Sunbird's Invocation. It triggered into Card's Temporal Sunding. Whoa, what a game, Doug. That sounds like quite the Commander game. Yeah, the kids definitely did not get to eat from the green-white deck. Boy, if we could draw some creatures. Found it. Gonna move over Embercleave again. Goes to combat. Attacks. Attacks. Pings us. Well, block, 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 block. About it. Alright. Gonna kill some stuff. Re-equips Embercleave. We gotta draw a creature. We gotta draw a creature. Oh, deck. Oh, deck. Oh, deck. Oh, deck. How I hate you. Oh, come on, deck. Yeah. So that's hitting for 8. Yeah. Now we lose our Beast Whisperer, so this becomes less like. Well, not much to say about that other than like like what can we really do about that? we just drew a land for like 5 turns in a row, and we had a bunch of extra draws. I think there was a decent chance that if we had hit a non-land, we could have done something, but yeah, this has not been. That's one of the things that can be weird about streaming is it's a very small sample size, so sometimes you run good and sometimes you run bad, and when you run bad, you could definitely go 0 for 6 or 7 and just like kind of throw up your hands. Alright, so now we're up against control. So the challenge here is going to be actually resolving any magic cards. What's going on? Check out this standard junk pile. Let me take a look. Well, we will play Growth Chamber Guardian. Play a land pass the turn. Hey, what's up, El Medina? How are you? Mardu Giants. Wanna blaze Teferi. Going to bounce Growth Chamber Guardian. Sure. Well, we'll play a Beast Whisperer. Pass the turn. Mardu Giants look spicy. There are a decent amount of Giants, aren't there? Boat it.
I have practiced against many foes.
Okay.
This might be a bad idea.
Boy.
Keep an open mind.
There is not actually a link to this deck. This is just one that we built on stream, so I don't actually have a link for it, unfortunately. Well, now we're up against Fun Please. Sure, get a Growth Chamber Guardian. Yeah. Odin, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. Odin, Narset ticks down. Gets a, wow, Narsets for days. Plays the land. And what do you think of Dimir Urza in Modern? I haven't actually played it, but oh, really? Oh boy. All right. Well, so now we lose our sweet stuff. We'll make mana. We'll cast a Voracious Hydra. We'll fight the wall. We'll kill Teferi. We'll pass the turn, get wrathed. Opponent, Dream Trawler. Yeah. Well, keep guessing stuff. Make a big Hydra. Pass the turn. If we weren't locked under these stacks effects, we could be doing really fun things. I made a deck with Rakdos and Thassa to flip fun coin flips. That sounds cool, Bennymon. Back in my day, Teferi was tutorable instant speed and the whole mechanic devoted to killing him. Opponent, Teferi, extra counter. What do we do with it? Well, this has not really been our night as far as winning, that's for sure. Dude, I threw band stuff I own together, Thassa for WP and Q last weekend to get the promo Cryptic. Band's definitely a fun color combination. Opponent, thinking about what to do with their Teferi. Nice, that sounds sweet. Wub. Opponent, bounces, gets in with Dream Trawler, gonna draw some cards. 50 or so in hand, hits us. Down to 14. Another Dream Trawler. Alright. And sure. We got stacks. Oh, I mean, green is actually, like, really good. We're just playing a very bad version of green that's trying to do janky bad things. So it's, I don't think a testament to the color being bad as much as it's just a really janky deck that we build on stream to try to make Nyx Lotus work without playing a lot of the good Nyx Lotus cards. Yeah, old school Teferi was pretty sweet. Oh, Crosses is definitely correct. Nissa and Crosses is 100% the most competitive way to build the deck. But the idea was to try to not play Simic Ramp. What do you think of Dimir Urza in Modern? I mean, I haven't actually played it, so I guess I don't have a strong opinion of it. Urza's very powerful. I don't know how it matches up against other Primeval Titan decks that are at the top of the format, but I assume that it is at least somewhat competitive. Deck has too much fluff. So the problem is, so the idea of this deck, if you were here yesterday, the idea is to make a Green Devotion deck. The problem is, if you're going to be playing cards like Nyx Lotus, you really need some sort of way to take advantage of making a ton of mana. So if you're going to play Nyx Lotus and try to be on the devotion plan, you need to have ways to make Nyx Lotus playable. So because we were trying to not play Crossus and Nissa, the way to potentially try to do that is to go with Great Henge and other card draw effects. Antomonicod, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. So that's basically the idea of the deck. A more competitive build would almost certainly be splashing into Simic, but those were the cards we were trying to avoid in building the deck. Vote it. Omen of the Sea, drawed some cards. Opponent. Well, it has not been a winning stream, but occasionally that happens. What do you got about it? I haven't seen any competitive Magic Mirror decks. There's a Finale Devastation in the deck. Well, get in, hit ya. I mean, we gotta go for this. If our opponent brought in Dovin's Veto, there's not a whole lot we can do. Omen of the Sea. Alright. Well, that's good. Having fun while losing is a good skill to have. There is a pig in the deck. Growth Chamber Guardian's pretty sweet with Great Henge. Opponent makes a wall. And this is a board state where Nyx Lotus would actually be pretty sweet. Temur Reclamation, Breach all day. Ooh. I mean, Temur Reclamation's definitely a good deck. Wilderness Reclamation's another one of those cards that I have a hard time playing in Standard. But it does sound sweet with Breach. Banishing Light, going to take down our Great Henge. Well, go attacking. Opponent blocks. Drops to 8. Growth Chamber Guardian. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Gains some life up to 10. Do they have a Wrath? Opponent definitely needs a Wrath. Alright, there's the Wrath. Well, get a Growth Chamber. Lose our board. Draw a card. Melodic Aquatic. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for our new subscriber. I guess we gotta try to kill our opponent. Get it, hit ya. Tempting to play Beast Whisper and try to draw cards, but we're kind of close to just actually killing our opponent. If they play Dream Trawler, it definitely gets worse, but Dream Trawler is quite the magic card. Hey, what's up, Defter? How are you? I'm glad you made it. There's the Dream Trawler. Well, now we'll play Beast Whisper. Pass the turd. Well, now there's a Dream Trawler. Well, I'm glad you made it back, Efner. What do you got about it? Combat. Attacks. Draws. Narset.
Focus and
Takes
meditate
down
and
Narset.
prepare.
Yeah, I guess we should have offered the trade for the Dream Trawler, potentially. About it. Another Wrath. That's a Wrath that lets our opponent pick up. Pass the turn. About it. Draws a card. Yeah, I guess we should have attacked into the Dream Trawler. I think you are probably correct. So we finally had a land, but there's still a Dream Trawler. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if this deck actually has any good matchups in existence. Playing Orvo. About it. Has a counter. Play a land. Yeah, it's been one of those high variance nights, unfortunately. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to draw a card. Grows the Trawler. Well, let's see if they can answer the Ceratops. That is a good answer to the Trawler. Land for our opponent. To the bottom. I mean, we're still kind of in it. We haven't got to draw any cards, which makes me sad, but we're in the game. More Dream Trawlers. Opponent passes. Well, Castle Garenbrag. Well, Voracious Hydra. Yeah, double the counters on it. I guess we gotta try to just beat our opponent down. That is a 12-13. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to scry. Yeah. We're fighting the good fight. We're trying to. Swing? I mean, if we swing, we hit our opponent for 5, but then they gain back at least 8, and potentially way more than 8. So I don't think we gain much by attacking with Ceratops when... So we're gaining 5 and taking back at least 5. Alright, opponent found another removal spell. Gonna hit our Voracious Hydra. Opponent. Alright, gonna get in. Maybe. Not get in. More lands. We could really... So this is where you could see... We're having something like... Where having something like Hydroid Crosses would go a really long way. Well, hey, more Incubation Druids. Pass the turn. Having some way to draw cards, that's what we're really missing in these type of matchups. Opponent's going to do some scrying. What do you got, opponent? 2 to the bottom. Yeah, I don't think we can attack with shifting Ceratops because we're hitting for 5, but then not having Ceratops to block a Dream Trawler means our opponent's gaining back 8. So we're actually giving our opponent life if we do that. We're getting in for 5, but essentially casting a spell that allows our opponent to gain 8. So that's not actually putting us ahead in the race. Boy. We're going to have to try. We're just going to have to break down and try a Crossus build of this deck at some point, I think. I think at some point we're just going to have to do it. I know Nissa and Crossus are overused, but I think that could be really fun if we embraced the card draw. There is one more. Yeah, it has you can give it haste, reach, or trample. There is one more Growth Chamber Guardian. I'm hoping that we draw. Like, I don't think it's worth playing. All of our card draw involves being able to cast creatures. And it's a 4/4 that can't attack through Dream Trawler. So I don't think that we gain much by running out our Growth Chamber Guardian compared to trying to draw like a Great Henge or a Beast Whisper or one of our other cards that would start drawing us cards and letting us maybe spiral our some sort of advantage. About it. Yeah, we're giving our opponent a lot of time to draw something. Yeah, I guess we're kind of a sad... We're kind of a sad Nyx Lotus deck. Oh, it makes me so sad. We have, like, literally infinite mana. Could you imagine a Crosses? I feel like Crosses would probably shift this control matchup almost by itself. Cavalier of Thorns, I don't know if it's very good without Uros and other cards like that. It's just kind of a thing. Without having access to good cards to get back from the graveyard, I don't know how much value it actually adds to this build of the deck. Well, I mean, we're going to go for it. I'm fully expecting this to go horribly wrong, but Beast Whisper... Pass the turn. I mean, they've already wrathed twice, so they have drawn a decent amount of wraths. Yeah, Crosses, I think, changes the whole dynamic of this deck. That's something we're gonna have to try at some point. Keeper of Fables. I mean, Keeper of Fables is okay. I think at the most it draws one card a turn, though, which, well, alright, opponent drew something, I guess. At the most it draws, oh, opponent drew a Wrath, I assume. At the most it draws one card a turn, which is not very exciting. And it requires attacking, so I don't think it's actually... I like Keeper of Fables, but I don't think it's actually going to solve any of our problems at the moment. I think we need something that that can draw more cards than that. We have those if we can resolve them in like the Great Henge, but not the easiest matchup to make that happen. Yeah. So opponent's going to town. We will block with a Ceratops. We drop to 11. Dream Trawler dies. Gotta be time wipe. Opponent plays a land. Alright, passes. Well, let's get a Vivian countered. Alright, well. Growth Chamber Guardian. I guess we're giving up on the waiting on stuff plan at this point. Grow Yorvo. Growth Chamber Guardian. Get our last Growth Chamber Guardian. Play Growth Chamber Guardian. Go to combat. So we're going to trade for all the tokens. Yeah, I guess that's fine. That's a lot of turns of tokens. What if we made standard vehicles? There's not very many good vehicles in standard. I don't know if there's any good vehicles in standard. Opponent draws a card. Combat. I don't know what our opponent's doing now. Well, we'll give it reach. I guess our opponent's just going to Wrath, and they don't care. Draws a card. Figure they draw a card. Well, we'll block. Dream Trawler down again. Land for our opponent. Shatter this guy. Yeah. And Dream Trawler. Well, let's see if we can get our card draw countered. The never-ending running of things that could potentially be good into counter spells. Yeah, Silent Submarine's a tough one. Beast Whisper. Alright, pass the turn. Oh, I feel like we didn't do anything. Hey, what's up, D. Wills? How are you? You've made it right at the end of the stream. Ooh, let me see, Tams.
I know my responsibility.
Oh, that looks fun. Kind of like a mono green food deck.
I have a plan.
So opponent, yep. Bounces Glass Casket, draws a card. Passes. Add some mana, play a Beast Whisper. Oh my god, resolve to spell. Well, alright, Voracious Hydra, X4. It is going to got by Glass Casket, but draw a card. Our deck can draw a card sometimes. We'll fight a token. We'll play a Yorvo. Imagine if we had a Great Henge going. Alright, there's a land. Pass the turn. Yup. No attacks. Do you think that we could break 1-0? You could break 1-0 if you used Underworld Breach. Ooh. Maybe. I mean, I guess if you get down under... Alright, another Wrath, another land. Well... Pass the turn. This has not been the most exciting matchup. 5 Wraths, 17 counter spells, stacks with Narset. And, yeah, our deck just hasn't really been able to do what it's been trying to do at all. What doesn't count as breaking one with nothing, it's breaking Underworld Breach. Yeah, that is probably true. Underworld Breach would be the broken card there. Boat it. Got back. It's it. It's a sure. No blocks. Yeah, without having access to, like, a Crosses, I don't think there's any way our deck can win from this position. But we will stick it out to the end since it's our last match. Boat it. Makes a castle. Sure. Untaps.
That's more like it.
I mean, you could splash red for escape for from the wilds. I don't know if it does anything especially synergistic, but drawing cards is drawing cards, and drawing cards would be helpful. Narset
Those who cannot perceive
takes
the
down.
darkness before action.
Elspeth conquers death. Vivian, sure. I guess we'll cast it.
Civilization has crept too far. Tear it down.
So we ran our opponent out of counters, but yeah, I mean this is just, it's super over. There's nothing our deck can do from here. 6, 12. Yep. Sure. Counters on Paradise Druid, pass the turn. Well, we'll try a more competitive build at some point. I think, perhaps. Irrelevant Merfolk! Handing out some gifts up to Iron Eyes. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for our new subscriber. Opponent makes a token. Adepts. Yeah.
Hone your prowess.
You never know. The thing is, I don't think they're actually going to run out of cards because they're going to Elspeth Conquers Death and get back Dream Trawler. And Dream Trawler wins in like 1 attack. So I don't think that that there's any actual way that happens. Land for our opponent. Attacks. Does not attack. Passes. Paradise Druid. Hey, what's up, Neobot? How are you? Play the land, pass the turn. Oh, this has just been a little bit of a not super enjoyable matchup. We've done not much of what we wanted to do. When I can't draw cards, that's when I get sad. Bone it. Takes it up. Yeah, lure is definitely a tricky one.
Here goes nothing.
The easiest way to break it's probably to play it with bad cards, so your opponent can't get good cards. All right, I think we can officially call it a day with Dream Trawler coming back. Whew. Yeah, this has been a rough one winning-wise, but yeah, the Mono Green Devotion deck, it's super janky. We intentionally build it trying to avoid a lot of the staple cards, but I think a more competitive way to build it is definitely splashing into blue. Instead of kind of the janky card draw, probably going like Nissas and Crosses. But then the problem is you're kind of like a slightly different take on the deck that has been dominating Standard, which it's not super spicy. But anyway, on that note, a lot of losing tonight, but I appreciate y'all sticking with me, hanging out, hopefully having some fun, even as we were getting crushed. So maybe on Thursday we'll do a little bit of winning. You never know. That's the fun of the stream. So reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. Good game, Voodoo. Weird Play YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Tons of stuff coming up there. Our sponsor. One more shout out to Card Kingdom if you need some magic cards. You can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even grab a Sweet Scoop Soldier sticker. Just let them know you want one. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the stream. Most importantly, thank you all to all of you for hanging out, enduring our losses in Pioneer and Standard. We'll be back on Thursday with some more streaming. So until then, I love you all. Have a wonderful middle of the week. And yeah, I'll see you on Thursday.